Next down in the Lions NFL Draft nickel package. Yes, we know BPA. But would we be shocked if they went with anything other than the trenches with the first pick?
Would I be shocked? You can't be shocked. You can't be shocked at anything he does. The Jahmyr Gibbs, the Jack Campbell of it all. And we're talking high stakes, right? Like the ultimate push your chips in the middle of the table, where theoretically, if it doesn't work, you'll be crucified, but it does work. So, Sean, no. Like, I laugh when I hear people say, Brad plays it safe. Brad doesn't want to take risk. There is no bigger risk in the NFL draft in the last 5 years than what he did. And we forget about it because it worked. What he did with Jack Campbell and Jahmyr Gibbs,
You got it.
is insanity when you put it all back together.
And again, a vast majority of people won't admit what I'll admit. I didn't like it in moment one. I had to bite my tongue. I had to swallow hard and remember who made the picks, because by that time he had built up a pretty big credit line. But I'll tell you, Neil, did you like it? I didn't like it.
No.
I didn't like it.
Braylon Edwards walked out of the draft. I became a meme that day.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Flannel, did you like it?
No, I did not. And honestly, at the time, Brad Holmes hadn't even made the playoffs. So that was very, very risky. That could have, in theory, halted it. But as we all know, that was the right move all along.
It's crazy. Because I haven't even gone back to think about it since just this moment.
No, you shouldn't.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. And you know what's even more crazy? That it worked as well as it worked. That's stunning to me.
Unbelievably as well as it did. I'm with you, dude.
Like,
I'm with you.
If you recreated that draft, I don't know that I would do anything different. Like, I could give you, knowing who the players were, I could give you the results, and I don't know that I would have done anything different.
There's a reason why I asked this question, and I think you kind of smelled it out. Listen, the logic in me says edge, D-line, or interior offensive lineman. The logic in me, okay? What we have to do is we have to take our logic and we have to take our need and we have to put that on the back burner and remember who's drafting. And that's why I asked both these questions. Neil, yeah, I think they'll stay at 28. It's Brad Holmes. Yeah, they're gonna go IOL,
Trenches.
right? Booker, maybe a guy whose name we're gonna mention, right? Brad Holmes. You can't, and I think that's what makes him his legend continue to grow. Because if we're having these conversations, what do you think general managers around them are? What do you think Brad Holmes got cooking? What are the Lions going to do? They're still okay. They're very relevant. Okay, no matter what some idiots in the national sports media say, they're very relevant. They're still one of the teams to beat. What the hell does he got cooking? Brad's been very quiet over there. I think that's a great card to play, dude. I really do. It's a great card to play.
You want to take the break, Chase? Finish this up?
Yeah, if you guys are ready, we can hit the break. We are. What if James Pearce is sitting there? Potential need versus best player available at 28.
I don't think it's any of that, because I think he will be available at 28. Just when you read and Sean, you're sick with this, so I'll defer to you because you go deeper in the woods. But I would imagine in the limited James Pearce read-ups that I have done, the caliber of people that have done the talking on it that say, no, absolutely not, that people have no idea. I would imagine you found the same thing.
I love the idea of James Pearce, but it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen here.
He's going to go in the second round, right?
Somebody will do it. Somebody will do it. I don't think the Lions will. I always, and I know we've had this conversation the last couple of weeks, if there's a place that could point his rudder in the right direction, it's Detroit. Because we all talk about how the culture's changed, and it starts with Dan, and you know, everybody's on the same page and everything. If there's a place that you might be able to make that work, I think it's Detroit. I really do. I don't think they're going to do it, Neil. I don't. And I don't, Flannel, I kind of see you smirking over there. I don't know your thoughts on it. I think you could go get an edge later in the second round and even the third round, the way that this class is, and you would be okay. But I don't think they'll do it.
I want it. I want James Pearce Jr. Maybe I don't take all the ancillary stuff into account as much. I like the talent. I like the production. I like what I've seen from him because Tennessee was a good team. Watched a lot of them and just the measurables. I'm a James Pearce Jr. fan. Whether it happens or not, that's immaterial to what I want. And I'm gonna push agendas.
I can't stress this enough. And Neil, you made reference to it. I love the guy. I do. Lions won't take him.
No,
My jaw
I
would
agree.
drop.
I don't
My
think he's
jaw
going to
would
go in the
drop.
first round.
Yeah.
I'm stunned by the people I've talked to, what they've had to say.
Do you?
Stunned.
I always say this. Do you want to know how the NFL mock drafts work? Okay, in January nobody has a clue. In February nobody really has a clue. In early March you start to get a semblance of what the NFL is thinking. By this point in the game, you have a pretty good idea of what people in the NFL is thinking. What have you seen James Pearce numbers do?
Yeah. Continue to drift.
Just continue to go down. They continue to go down. Now, that doesn't mean that somebody isn't going to have the same mentality that I had and say, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. We're going to tell this guy, everybody was betting against you except for us. Now you have an opportunity to prove everybody right. We believed in you. Somebody's going to try it because there's immense talent. It won't be the Lions.
Chase, in the chat poll, can we wrap that one up? If James Pearce is there at 28, do you want the Lions to take him? I want to do a fun little exercise.
I gotcha.
All right, so let's do it. We got one more?
We had two more. We got
Two more.
fourth and fifth down of the Lions NFL Draft Nickel package. Amon-Ra St. Brown went fourth round, 112th overall. Is that the wide receiver magic round?
Seems to be, right? Like these guys, I don't know what it is. Although when I say this is for the Ryan Ermannis of the world. What?
I am waiting with just bated breath.
This is for the Ryan Ermannis of the world. All right? The whole, if it comes down to it and you can let Jamison Williams walk and then just draft a receiver in the fourth round. For that crowd, what Jamison Williams does not exist in the fourth round. He doesn't exist with the 15th pick unless they're coming off an ACL tear. Like that's I want to be careful with this when we start doing this. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a Hall of Famer. I believe I was first on the scene to say make the gold jacket, right, Flannel? I think you and I were doing a lot of shows together at that time.
Sure. Yeah, you can say that.
To make the gold jacket now. A, you can't count on that in the fourth round. And B, what Amon-Ra St. Brown is what's available in the fourth round.
You nailed it.
There is a knock. There's a mark against them. There's an intangible. There's a trait that scouts don't like. Guys like Jamison Williams, you can't get in the fourth round because they're not there because they have something that is mercurial. Not good, not the best in this draft, the best that we've seen in 10 years. Like, that's what it is. And Flannel looks down right now. He hates that I'm talking like that.
Stop.
But in the end, he knows I'm right.
He got 1,000 yards. I've laid down my swords.
Do you know
On how many catches?
What, 50-something?
That's insane. Sorry, go ahead.
Do you know who I look at, Neil, as that guy? There's a guy by the name of Xavier Restrepo from Miami. He's unbelievable. He really is. Go look up his numbers. He had a really unbelievable year. And you know what, Neil, to your point, he's listed at 5'10". He ain't 5'10".
Right.
He ain't 5'10".
You know,
And he put up, I mean, at Miami, in that conference, put up national type numbers, right? I think 69 receptions, if I'm not mistaken. You can fact check me there. And yet he's slated to be a fourth round pick. You're gonna get an Amon-Ra St. Brown type player. You're not going to get an impact player. Sometimes there are always exceptions to the rule. Sometimes you get a guy that turns into something that nobody saw him coming. But more often than not, you're going to get an Amon-Ra St. Brown player. And I'll take another Amon-Ra St. Brown type player if he can do it differently than Amon-Ra St. Brown. Because I'm with you, Neil. I think that guy's going to be a Hall of Famer before all is said and done, and that's lofty.